Welcome once again to the Brotherhood Banter. And today I have one of my best friends, a close confidant of me, bana, anaitangwa Vincent. Anaitangwa tall, dark and handsome.
Yeah, tall, dark, very handsome.
So I'm joined Leo, and today we want to talk about love, man. We want to talk about love and relationships. I think this is the one thing throughout history imetuonyesha everybody, regardless of the gender, regardless of the race. This is that one thing imetuonyesha kila mtu. So today on board we have Vincent. He's a certified engineer in electrical. The electrical and electronics mzee, which is which?
Electrical and electronics.
Exactly. He's a man I love to reckon with. In terms of the mind, he's very wise. He's a good friend of mine, so karibu Buddha. Karibu to the Brotherhood Banter. Karibu to the Brotherhood Banter. This is our second episode. Still going strong. So bana, mapenzi imekuaje kwako bro?
Mapenzi nilipe homa. Sababu ile dust nimeona.
Umekula dust in Nairobi mzee.
Nimekula dust. Come rain, come sunshine. Dust is constant.
Constantly dust.
Constantly dust.
Shida ni gani? Mbona watu wanakula dust kuinje?
Unataka nikupea deep answer ama
sisi watu kama the Brotherhood Banter tunapenda tukikiria deeply. Yeah, let's do this deeply.
I think it's because we never saw love growing up.
You never?
Saw love growing up.
Or you never saw love growing up?
Like most of us, hatukuwa na wazazi wetu wakishow words ama actions of affirmation, actions of love. Watu wengi, I think 90% yetu vitu kuhusu mapenzi tumeonea kwa internet, na kwa movie
Hollywood, na
kwa madem novels.
Hizo novels wala zimefanya wasichana mbaya.
Zimefanya mbaya. So I think ikafanya growing up tukuwe na warped sense of love. Na yes, ikatumia sana.
Okay.
Lakini nayo.
Sema tu mzee, sema it's a safe space. It is a safe space wala. It is a safe space.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. The way sometimes I see it, most of the marriages, quote unquote, ni a man and a woman walikanisha juu kidogo pull-out game ilikataa, mtoto akakuja.
So very surprisingly that is very true.
Yeah. So iko zile za manze itabidi tuleo mtoto. So unajipata you are there because of the child, because of love. So I usually believe a child it's someone you integrate in a marriage, not as someone you make a marriage about. Because when you make a marriage about your child, you lose focus to
about the
na plus mtoto atakuita dadi akupende 10 years 13 ashapata kichwa, by 18 hataki kukuona. So around ukona the child 18 years, ukona your partner until on
for life,
true. For life. Na once a child grows in a place that doesn't have love, wanasemanga if you not fed love on a silver spoon, you learn to lick it off knives. So if you grow up in a place that doesn't have love, or a place that has a toxic kind of love, hiyo ndio utaenda kutafuta huko nje, because that's a familiar kind of love. Utajua kuna navigate.
True.
Na yes, so hiyo ndio imeonyesha watu dust, watu hawajui kupenda.
True. That is very true. That is very true. And to start it off, I want us to start off with a quote by Plato. Plato is one of the greatest philosophers of all time. Plato alisema, love is a serious mental disease. What do you have to say about that?
Mental disease.
And why do you think, at what angle or at what perception do you think Plato said that love is a serious mental disease? Naona mbona alisema hivyo? Okay, personally for me, I think he was quite right. he was very right, because for me, and even for me to know the difference between when I'm in love and when I'm not in love, is when I'm in love I do stupid things. As in, my rationality is very declined in relation to when I'm not in love. And the kind of things I do when I'm in love, sometimes come to think of it, there is no rationality attached to it. And I think that is the problem when emotions are more than rationality, or more when the heart is stronger than the mind. Heart is stronger than the mind. Naona kama that is the reason why we come to say that love is a serious mental disease. That is within the irony. Wait. Amesema love is a serious mental disease. Mbona mental?
Mental. See, because all rationality and all reason goes out the window, become a functioning madman.
Deep, man. Deep.
Plus, I think, come to think of it, love is one of to be in love, personally, I think it's one of the most selfish things you can do. Because, of course,
Being in love.
Yeah, being in love. It's one of the most selfish things you can do, ama you find yourself doing.
Why selfish? For me, I would say selfless.
No, it's selfish.
In what way?
It's very, very selfish.
You know what I'm saying? It seems you have more to say to this. In what way?
Because come to look at it, you've grown in love with someone, which means this person gives you a sense of peace and sense of belonging. It's a person who you want to go to every night. We humans, we tend to protect our peace very, very fiercely. So I'm protecting, you see, I'm protecting you for me. I'm protecting you because you're my peace. You're the person I want to go home to every night. You're the person I want to by my side. So come what may, I'm not sharing you with anyone.
I see your angle. I see your angle now.
Wewe ni wangu na wangu.
Nobody else. We are not sharing. And don't get any perception.
Hii super team tu mwingine. Lakini feminism ni nani? Insecure, controlling.
I think feminism, it is a whole topic, and it's
a whole topic.
It's a whole topic that really need to talk about, that I feel it has its root very deep in the modern society, in the modern civilization that we live in. Feminism, okay, I'll touch something small about feminism. Feminism has a lot of pros, but also a lot of cons. So it depends with the angle that you tend to look at it. And I think also the way society has taken it, the way society has framed it, it is as if feminism is something negative, or it's something bad, or it's something wrong. It is and it is not. The it is part is because women tend to use it as an excuse for them to misbehave, for them to lack accountability, for them to lack responsibility. Forgive me, this is just my opinion on this, and I have every right to. And they tend to use it for lacking accountability, responsibility, and everything that comes that one should pertain in a good relationship. And it is not, because it also gives the women a sense of belonging, in terms of, because they have they have financial success in one or the other, compared to a woman who lived who lived 50 to 70 years ago. But I think we really need to have a topic on feminism and its effect on people right now, in the future, in the past. Tutapanga mzee, si ndio? What is your definition of love? What is love to you? How can you define that you love this person? The romantic love. See, not platonic.
Okay. I don't believe kuna platonic love between a man and a woman. Sidhani.
Why not?
Why? Serves no purpose. Because, okay, let me be blunt. Platonic love between a man and a woman, one of you is stupid. Kuna moja kwa friend zone. Exactly. Because for me, my definition of platonic love is whereby you guys, one person is benefiting from the other person, and the love is not really about commitment.
So it is
Transaction.
more. It's transactional. It's transactional.
Boys, a man to a man, yes. A woman to a woman, yes. Between family, there's love, but platonic love between a man and a woman. See,
It is always a
siku moja
transaction.
kama dem who have one too many, you go to your friend who has platonic love.
And you see what goes down.
See what goes down.
But then what is
Utatembea
it?
asubuhi.
What is it with men? You want to tell us that most or every man is always ready for it going
He's
down?
always ready.
That is just thinking out loud, man. Back
The
to
motto is as long as she breathes, she breathes.
let us go back to your definition of romantic love.
Definition of romantic love.
And by this, I am my angle is this is the equivalent. Okay, this is the definition of the equivalent of how when you're loving somebody, or when you're in love with somebody, rather, not just any kind of love, like when you're deeply in love with somebody. The reason I've said that is because, you see, personally for me, I have dated different women in my life, and with all the different women, kuna different sets of emotions. But kuna this one girl, and you're asking, hey man, say, I'm in love with this one, 100%. So what is your definition of that one? I don't need you to feel I'm in love with this woman.
Let me look at my notes. The last time I was in love, I think it's I don't know. I think it's simple. Just wanting to be around that person, because that person is your peace. That person is your comfort. Adds to your happiness. Because again, going to look for happiness in a partner, thinking that a partner will make you happy, you'll never be satisfied in a relationship. So you look for someone who will add to your happiness.
Who will
Add
your
to
happiness?
Add to your content. So I think the simplest of answers is, for me, someone I want to grow old with.
And what is your opinion of, you see, one time, some time back, I read somewhere in an article that you will never, happiness is an internal state. You will never find happiness in anybody. Nobody will ever give you happiness apart from yourself. What is your notion on that? Do you believe that? Do you believe that there is the capacity, there is the power of somebody else giving you happiness?
That depends if that person knows the difference between joy and happiness. Many people out here give each other joy, but happiness, I think it has to come from within.
So that is the equivalent with the difference between wealth and richness.
Yeah.
So joy is more of a seasonal, temporary state.
Joy is a seasonal, temporal state. That's why you go to a person, spend time, laugh, share, bond, you're joyous. But because it's a person you have feelings for, you take that for being happy. That's why when you're not with that person, I feel dead inside. Because that person is a drug. When you're not with him or her, withdrawal symptoms zinaanza kukikia. But bado at the same point, I think our person can add to the happiness of another.
Yeah.
I think 1 + 1 can equal to 1.
Yeah, I see the metaphor. Yeah, I see the metaphor, bro. For me, true love. For me, true love is when. For me, I am somebody who is highly self-centered and egocentric. So, for me, true love is when I put somebody, or there is somebody who I put in front of my own self, or there is somebody who comes in front of my own happiness, my own selfishness rather. Somebody who comes in front of my own self or my own state. That is somebody who I can say I truly love them, I am truly in love with them. Because for me, the moment I'm in love with you, the moment I love you, definitely, in one or the other, you will see that you'll come in front of me, and you'll see that I'll prioritize your happiness over mine. And that only happens when I am in love, or when I love somebody. When I don't love you, I would only be lying. So what are your past occurrences when it comes to love? Okay, what is the negative scope of love for you?
It leaves you stronger.
I think that is the positive part, man.
No, it leaves you with strength you didn't ask for. Like the irony of broken people is that they're not fragile.
I don't think so. Actually, for me, I think that they think that they are stronger, only that they do not recognize, or they do not realize that what they call, or what they draw strength rather, it is only a set of scars, it is only a set of traumas, and it is only a set of insecurities.
We made those traumas and insecurities to be our strength.
No, bro, you're delulu.
No, it's not delusional. we drew strength from our scars, but I've loved and I've been in love. Two totally different things.
You've loved and been in love, totally different things.
I've loved and I've been in love.
Yeah, I understand. Trust me, I understand the difference right now. But I think, okay, let's try to explain the difference to somebody who's listening right now.
Wow. The difference between loving and being in love.
I think I can go first.
Yeah.
For me, the difference between loving somebody and being in love is when you're in love with somebody, and as a man, we are speaking from the perspective of men because we are men. We do not know about women. For me, when you're in love with somebody, number one, you'll do a lot of stupid things. Things that normally you could not do. Things when you look back, you ask yourself, nimefanya hivyo? Nimedu hivyo? That is one thing that you will know you're in love. Number two, as I said earlier, you will put your partner in front of you in one or the other, either directly or indirectly. That means you will want to see her happy. That means you will want to see her smiling. That means you will want to see her successful. That means you will care about her own personal success and her own personal happiness as much as you do your own. Number three, you will want, the moment you are around her, you will feel a bundle, a coating of happiness, joy, tranquility, peace. You will feel relaxation when you are around her, and you will want to spend and enjoy each and every single minute, second, and hour with her. You will want to feel it. You will want to be there each and every single minute. You will want to be present mentally, emotionally, and physically. And lastly, when you're in love with somebody, time will always seem to fly. Time will always seem to fly. In one or the other, it will always seem to fly. Reason being, because you enjoy the presence, you enjoy the conversation, you enjoy the peace, you enjoy the tranquility. So for you, you are more in a, it is a form of, heaven on earth, but yeah. And loving somebody, I think it is also the set of things I've said, but it is more of a lesser form. They have lesser power than compared to somebody that you're in love with. They do not know that, they do not have that much leverage as somebody that you're in love with at that particular moment. Yeah. What is the definition there?
I think loving someone is letting your guard down with them, with the person. Being in love with someone is being vulnerable.
True.
I think that's the easiest way to put it. I don't think you can be in love with someone you're not vulnerable with, especially as a man.
True.
Because vulnerabilities, I think every man walks around with an exoskeleton. Our skeletons are more on the outside than on the inside.
Sure.
So when a man sheds off his exoskeleton for you to show you the soft parts of him that he doesn't show to the other person,
Yeah.
I think that's being in love. While letting your guard down is basically like kuachilia ngumi. The shell, the skeleton, the barriers are still there, but the guard is down. It's like a knight who hasn't drawn his sword.
True.
See,
Uh,
he still has his armor,
Eh.
but he's not armed. I don't know if it's making sense.
yeah, it is making sense.
I'm trying to look
For me,
words.
even it is not describing love. For me, even I think using the example of the knight, this is a knight with no armor.
Yeah.
When you let
Being
that
in
person
love,
in,
it's a knight with no
you
armor.
have no armor, and actually, you have not drawn. The sword. You have given them the sword.
Yeah.
And you have given them the ability or the capability to draw it. Because for me, also, loving somebody or being in love with somebody is having every hope that they will not crush you, and giving them everything that they need to crush you, none or the other. So it really is a fucked up
Does
concept.
this mean soldiers are in love with each other?
Why?
See, when they go to war, they usually form a line and everyone has a gun in the back of each person. They hope they not shoot each other. So soldiers are in love.
Wow. What a way to put it. Okay, I think for me, forgive me, I have a cold. When it comes to my past occurrences with love, I think there is a big difference. There is a big difference of being in love and loving somebody. There is a big difference. But what I can say about this is, as much as you're in love as a man, you'll have to remember at the end of the day, you're the provider.
Yeah.
You're the provider. And you'll have to learn how to maneuver through your own emotions. You'll have to learn. There is a lot you have to learn as a man when it comes to when you're in love, not when you love somebody. I am thinking from my own case scenario, whereby when I was in love, or the moment I was in love, for me, there was a sense of belonging, there was a sense of peace, and I was really relaxed.
Yeah.
And it took time. It is also taking time. It is also an ongoing process of learning how to maneuver through your own emotions, of learning how to maintain the rationality mentally. The heart not to become stronger than the mind. Because at the end of the day, your children will have to eat. At the end of the day, you'll have to move. At the end of the day, you'll have to be successful. At the end of the day, if you guys will have to go until death, you will have to have income and you'll have to get children. So finances again. So it is a battle of the mind and the heart. But as the man, as much as the heart is there, you will have to let your mind or brain win. Most times. I think as a man, you're not allowed to feel as often as ladies are allowed to. I don't think so. Because the thing with feeling is it brings a bundle of positive emotions. And if you're not careful, if they become overwhelming, you'll be too comfortable and you will forget your drive, you'll forget your ambition, you'll forget your purpose. And eventually you lose the girl. Eventually you lose the girl.
Yeah.
Because also women love a man who has drive, a man who has a purpose, a man who has his own set of goals and achievements that they want to achieve. So yeah, brother. Deep, man. When it comes to love, you can never get it right. There is always an angle that you don't see.
Do you think you've had to redefine your meaning of love over the years?
Yes, I really have. Personally, being by nature an alpha dominant man, I have had to redefine my definition of love, because my definition of love initially, earlier on, really does not seem to fit 100% the modern woman. Like, I had to let in some loopholes. The moment I got to fall in love, I came to understand that it is not always about you. Yeah, it is not always about you as the man. Sometimes you have to sometimes you have to see her happy, even if whatever she's doing doesn't make you happy like 100%. However, you may not be there 100%. Of course, it must be something which is controlled. So you can only layer. This is my okay. Let me rephrase that. Your source of happiness might be A, but her source of happiness might be B. However much you do not share your source of happiness in B, you will have to learn how to because of her. Because remember, you guys do not come from the same parents. You're not raised in the same parenthood. So you have different sets of beliefs, you have different sets of interests, you have different sets of values, vices, virtues. So you're not basically the same. You're two different people entirely. And you will have to learn how to accommodate her interest, her disinterest. You'll have to understand somebody as much as you understand yourself, or as much as you're learning to. So as the man, you'll have to think more of a dual than more of a mono. Back to my definition of love. Yes, he has changed drastically. Just changed drastically and gradually, with time, and as time goes by, it changes each and every single day, because people have different love languages. People have different ways of expressing and feeling love. Probably my own way, the way I would love to for love, the way I would love for love to be expressed towards me is not the way that she does. So this does not mean entirely that I will have to change her for her to fit what I want, because that will not be really love. You can't hear.
But love is also learning.
Learning.
Same way you learn her love language, shouldn't it be the same way she learns yours?
That is true, but that does not mean that she'll have to change herself entirely. By entirely, we can definitely we'll have to add and we'll have to subtract some things. We'll have to subtract most possible vices from each other. Things that do not love about each other, we'll have to learn and we'll have to subtract. The ones that you can't subtract, we'll have to learn how to cope with them, or we'll have to find a way to meet in between. So you see, what I'm trying to come out, I'm trying to stay out here, is you can't change your partner. And anytime you try changing your partner, it never goes right. Because what you create more of a, I don't want to say a facade. You create more of something which is temporary. It doesn't go for long. It really doesn't go for long. Trust me, bro. I've tried it, and it doesn't go for long. She'll accommodate it. She'll try to be whatever you want, but that really isn't her. And the default version of her, it will kick in automatically. And I think that is something that brings a wide set of differences, a wide set of quarrels, conflicts, and a lot of fights. An year back, 2 years back, for me, my say would be the woman will have to adapt to me, not the other way around. Seeing it from a masculine point or from a masculine angle. But for me right now, I think as time has gone by and as I've met different people, different women in my life, I've come to understand that it is not more of her coming to meet me where I am. It is more of us meeting in between. So when you're in love with somebody, you'll have to stop some things, you'll have to learn some things, you'll have to work on some things, but never change yourself for who you are. It doesn't go long. And
what about evolving?
Evolving is good. Evolving, I would term it as the equivalent of learning, because for you to evolve, you'll have to learn. It's more of adapting. It's more of adaptation. Human beings are prone to adapting. That is why we are the only species that, as time has gone by, we have maintained, we maintain a higher form each and every single time because of adaptation. So adapting is a must. Yeah, it is something that you can't bypass in relationships, because how you like your things to be done is not the same way she wants things to be done. Yeah, so.
But the adaptation, see, evolution is long-term change. When you strip out the mass, evolution is just long-term change.
That really is that is a good angle. That is a good angle. But you have retained. I feel you have retained your core. You have retained your core values. Okay, you've retained your core being. You as a being, you've retained your core self. You've retained your core self. Now, as much as adaptation is changing in the long term, in the long term, it is gradual. Change doesn't happen instantly. It takes time. So as much as it is your partner trying to adapt to how you want it to be, it can't happen with a week or a month. It will take time, definitely. It will take time. So, but they really can't change you entirely, like 100%. Like you used to define Chris like ABCD, and then you not tell me this chilo will make me act like MNOP. It won't happen. Like I'll act A, B, and then MN. Some traits will change, but I won't change entirely 100%.
Of course you can change entirely, but yeah, she'll just change some parts.
Yeah, you just change some
Shade
parts.
of some weight.
So, what is the worst thing about love that you've encountered?
Worst. What's the worst? I think it's recently.
Really?
Huh?
What? Oh, recently?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've recently. Okay, I was in love.
Bro, kulienda aje.
A while back.
Yeah.
I think that's, as I said, that I've loved before, but I guess this is the first time that I actually was in love with someone. The worst thing about love. I guess it leaves you with lessons you didn't want to learn. Hizi si kazi za darasa tutasahau. These are branded into you, branded into your heart, into your soul. And actually, the hardest part about falling out of love is treading the thin line so that you don't spiral down. See, when you are in love with someone and then things don't work out, it's very easy kusema fuck it. Sitaipenda tena.
I'm done with trying this shit.
I'm done with women. Fuck women.
Unaingia office.
Unaingia office and stuff, but at the end of the day, mi husema heart hurts. Now plus, I'm a big advocate of breaking the cycle of heart. And as I've come to realize, sadly, walking the talk si rahisi. Like, I've really tried to still retain that spark that one day I'll find someone, which is si rahisi because gonga enda. So bado retain the thought of one day itajipa, that thought retain it. It's very, very hard. Extremely hard. Plus the lessons. Yes, kukua strong ni kitu nzuri and all, but the thing about life, it teaches you after it's cruel. It teaches you after, it gives you a test after it screws you up, that's when it teaches you. So you have a lot of strength which you didn't ask for, which is a good thing, but then it strips away part of you.
True. Kwanza then the innocent part, the naive part, the loving part.
I don't know. The things I'd give to get my innocence and naivety
Back. But now once it's gone, man. That is the equivalent of somebody took away your virginity as a man. But nataka nikupatie nguvu, bro. Oscar Wilde says that the heart was meant to be broken. Basically what what he meant by saying this is there is no way you will be able to evade an heartache, pain in relation to feelings. If you get to fall in love with anybody, you get to be in a relationship with somebody, you will have, it is inevitable rather. You can't evade it, bro. You can't evade it.
Actually,
Yeah.
ulikuwa umeuliza the worst part about being in love.
Yeah.
It's moving on. That's the worst part.
It's hard.
No, it's not hard. That's the worst part. The realization that the
This
person
alone.
that was once your world, the person that was once your everything, is now a complete stranger. You having moved on, I'd say it's the worst. Like tukikaa na wewe hapa, I feel literally nothing. It's like a stranger. And few months, few years ago, you are my everything.
And what do we call that stage? Not passiveness. We had a term for it.
It's not being passive, it's healing.
There's a term.
What?
The state of being you're no longer passive. You don't feel anything.
Numb.
Numb.
I don't think it's being numb. Because I've been numb. Numb ni ile tunapatana na DM, I'm like feel kitu. Then unatembea tu kakona. Nasikia. You feel hurt.
Yeah.
You feel your heart is being pierced. You're like, I can't breathe. But healing ni ile tunaongea na wewe. You once melted the world to me. Now you're just another guy. Like tutaongea, okay, assuming I'm talking with the person who I was in love with. Like we'll talk, maybe I'm assuming tumepata new scenario where we've talked, we've caught up, stories and whatnot. But the moment she's out of my sight, she's out of my mind, she's out of my heart.
Out of sight, out of mind, out of heart.
Like
Tired.
when you see her, your heart doesn't skip a beat.
Yeah.
You're like, hi.
Yeah.
You're genuinely pleased to see them. But
as a
nothing.
friend.
Yeah.
Acquaintance even.
Not really as a
An acquaintance.
Yeah, it's like an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You have no hard feelings towards them whatsoever, but they're just another guy. I think that's the worst part. Once that realization hits, there's no going back.
Okay. Let me tell you another quote, my brother. So, Alfred Lord Tennyson said, "It's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all."
Jaba.
What unasema jaba mzee?
Too much post-nut clarity.
Post-nut clarity.
Post-nut clarity.
Who carries himself through fire, and after having all those burns anakuja anasema, "It's better to have gone through the pain because I've come as a man."
I never have to go through at all. Ona kironge uliza kina Shadrach, Meshach na Abednego kwa zile za it's better to have gone through the fire to be put there with Nebuchadnezzar than not have.
But they walichomekanga kweli? Hawakuchomekanga. So sasa tunaona they don't have anything to look back at. Hawakuchomeka.
Yeah, because walirushwa. Being in love, it's you, it's your choice. Wewe unajirusha. So ukichomeka it's on you.
Ni wewe.
Unatupatia false motivation. Who do you know if given the chance would go back to be broken again?
You see, bro, Stop viewing the glass as half empty.
Me, I'll always say that's happened. I'm a natural pessimist.
Stop viewing it as half empty.
I'm always right or pleasantly surprised.
Stop viewing it as half empty, because at the same time, there was a time, or there were days, or there were hours that this person used to make you happy in ways that you possibly aren't happy now. There are days that you guys used to make love to each other in ways that you have never experienced again.
True.
There are ways that this person made you feel fabulous and marvelous in your life. They made you feel happy, you being yourself, in ways that you haven't experienced it. So as much as it hurts, for me, I like to see it as much as in home, I've had my time to have peace. I've had my time to be happy. I've had my time to enjoy. So I don't view it from such a negative approach, like 100%. Like it was inevitable that we had to break up. Yes, that is very true. But I enjoyed my time with this person entirely.
Yeah, I
like
did.
Yes, like I think through back to when we were together. Like I do not let the conclusion or the end result judge even the process itself. Ukanielewa?
But
Nikushika mzee.
Z, being the glass is half full is being delusional. Being it is half empty, it's being a realist. Half full utaanza kupiga mahesabu za Java.
Give you half full. It is being grateful for each and every single moment that you have, and being grateful, it will help you for you to understand the value of things when they come your way.
You see, being the glass is half full, because let's pick something that's common for both half full and half empty.
End result, which is the same.
No. Memories.
Yeah. No.
Memories are a bitch.
No, but you're a natural pessimist. So that means that you're inclined more to negative stuff than positive stuff.
No, it's not
so
negative
that means
stuff.
that you're more inclined to the end result, which is the breakup.
No, see, when the memories come, and they will come, it's not if, it's when they come. Viewing the glasses half full will leave you with nostalgia. And nostalgia means you haven't moved on, means you're still stuck in the past.
No, that
when the
brings us-
glass is half empty, you moved on, like the memories will come. You let them run their course, let them play. But when they're done, they're done. When you view the glasses half full, once the true memories end, you'll start to create false realities of what could have happened. You'll start to create very many what ifs. Ningefanya hii hainge happen. You'll start to write your own equations, come up with your own answers, and you are taking million steps back. You fly back to the future, back to where you started.
But I think that brings us to the question of how do different people move on? How rather do you move on, you personally, as an individual?
Me?
Yeah.
How have I moved on?
Oh, because how have you moved on? Because it is recently.
It's recently.
Yeah.
I let the pain run its course. I accepted to feel hurt. I accepted the heartbreak. I didn't push it. I didn't shovel it down. I let it run its course, which is way painful, way agonizing than pushing it down, saying that imeachwa, life must continue. Yes, life must continue, but saying life must continue, you're saying your life must continue, but you can be breathing and not living. Me, I want to live.
Hey, nice one. Sawa.
And me, I'm an advocate of living. And yes, I agreed to dress the wound. I agreed to take care of it until it became a scar, until I could see it. But when I touched it, when there was no sensation to the scar. I let it run its course, which made me reach that point where tukapatana SI, like I said, there will be no hard feelings at all, but out of sight, out of mind. Tukapatana 10 years from now, she is doing her own thing, she's successful. I'll be happy for her, but that would be it.
Nothing more.
Nothing more.
You would not
Nothing
want for you
less.
guys to meet over a cup of tea, a glass of wine. No.
That's being the Ninias half full.
You will not cloud. You will not cloud.
Nataka
We have
kujaza.
refused. Nataka kujaza.
Nataka kujaza kichwa yako.
Nah. I
So
don't.
that's moving on.
For you.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. I think some of us are fucked up mentally. And I think some of us are fucked up emotionally. Or I think some of us, we have a lot to learn and a lot to grow from and to. A lot to grow from and a lot to grow to, because there's still space and allowance for growth. For me, moving on is the moment we say, the moment you call it quits. That is where I drop everything, like entirely everything.
But you don't have that shoving it down.
Yes, that is where I delete all the messages. That is where I delete you from the contact list. Number 1, deleting your photos. Number 2, deleting you from the contact list. Number 3, listening to fucking heartbreaking songs. On the playlist hapo ninacheza kina Bruno Mars, kidogo nasukuma Sam Smith, kidogo nasukuma Dean Lewis, kidogo nasukuma, of course we have our pioneer Lewis Capaldi, and we have Mama Pioneer sasa.
Billie Eilish.
Exactly, Billie Eilish. And after listening to that for 30 to 1 hour, I call it quits. I make peace with it, and life moves on, man. Life moves on, and I turn my heart to cold, to become as cold as possible, and life moves on. And anytime your memory comes through, anytime there are flashes of memory, I go through them. I talk to myself and I tell myself that is over now. We have to continue with life, and life does not stop for any man. Life and time does not stop for any man.
So that sounds.
The clock never stops ticking.
That sounds like existing.
It is
You're
not
functioning, but you're a robot.
I think it is more of a protective mechanism that I've learned with time.
But see,
But this is after our breakup. Even if I keep on dwelling on, I enjoy this and this with that person, that is how I move on. And for me, I look for a lot of social groups, a lot of social interactions, and that is how I tend to remove my mind from.
So that's creating a distraction. But you see, you won't be with those people 24/7. What happens when you lock the door to your own house?
Aye, bro. Yeah, a lot of things that happen. I study, I plan for my businesses. I plan. I don't give myself enough time. And I go to sleep. I say sleep. The only way she can get through to me is through my dreams.
Like I said, memories are a bitch. They'll come to you at the most inappropriate of times.
I don't allow myself to grieve over things for a particular amount of time.
But what you've explained doesn't sound like grieving.
What does it sound like? See, I've listened to a sad playlist for 1 hour, bro. 1 good hour. Sad playlist, bro. There is Capaldi back to back. Somebody you loved. all of those. For me, that during that 1 hour, I tend to feel all the emotions. I tend to go through all the memories. I tend to go through everything that we held dear. I tend to go through everything from scratch till the end for that 1 hour straight. Once I'm done, I'm done.
But you see, nature abhors a vacuum. If you don't create time to grieve will create time for you.
Bro, you've just created your own coach. You just created your own coach. But yeah.
Yeah, grief will come for you.
I don't think it ever has. I may have not noticed that it has. I will not be entirely absorbed. I'm obsessed with my own self. So I will know. I've never realized. I've never been aware if it has come or if it has not come. But one thing I know is it really has helped me in terms of moving on. Because for me, the moment I remove you out of my mind, that is how you tend to exist. the more you play in my mind, the more you exist for me, and the more you have an impact for me, ama towards me rather. So for me, it is always more of removing you out of my mind, and that includes removing your photos, because with each photo it comes a memory. With each memory you see, and the cycle continues. So removing the photos, removing the contact list. The irony is I have your number offered. So I try to remove each and every speck of anything that may remind me of you, and that is how I'll remove you. You see, the thing is, the reason I do this is because when I remove you out of mind and out of my heart, it's only a matter of time before I move on, like, completely, because there is nothing that will remind me of you. There is nothing that will be linking me to you. So as time goes by, whatever was there will fade out. It will fade out with time. Time fades out most stuff. So yeah. Fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Grieving has never worked for me. And
For
Lord
me?
knows, Lord knows, I'm not willing to try, but I know it has never worked for me.
I think I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I know grief. I've learned to work through grief and a little bit of loss. So it's like, here we go again.
Yeah, but as much as I'm saying that, I'm also learning to process and walk through such things. I'm also learning too. It is more of walking through than evading.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You walk through grief, you let it run its course.
Yeah.
Because nature abhors a vacuum. When you love someone and break up, you shovel down those feelings. You say, mwanaume kujikaza tena, move on.
Bro,
You've
not
created-
masculinity to it, because you're going to violate the whole concept.
See what you've done. You've created a gap, a vacuum essentially in your life, where that person used to be, and where you didn't give it enough time to heal. See, that's what I'm saying. If you don't create time for grief, grief will definitely create time for you.
Nice
Itakukujia.
Nice quote. So for you, your POV view is, I should learn how to walk through the emotions, some of the particular set of grief at that particular moment.
Yes.
And how should I do that?
I think
Or rather, how
that's
do you do that?
how
You do that.
Okay, let me say how I did it the last one. First, okay, workout inasaidia sana.
Workout.
Yeah.
But unajua workout ni temporary distraction.
But your distraction inakusaidia ku clear your mind for what's to come. You just need to clear your mind for a bit. You can't work with a foggy mind as a man. So yeah, just let it run its course. Like, to just do something. But when those flashbacks, those memories come, don't shut them down. And it's a ritual for me. What I do, usually, okay, mi ufuta kila kitu, nabakisha chat. Our chats, our conversation. Then when I think a person knows when you are ready to move on. You've not moved on, but you are ready to move on. You are ready to. You're in the fourth stage of grief. You are ready to accept that it didn't work out. I tried my best, but it didn't work out. Such is life. You are ready to take the next step. What I do is mainly nakwanga WhatsApp ndo watu huongea sana, ndio miongea sana. So I start our chats from the very very beginning, from the first hey kabisa. So mimi was for chats. Okay, I delete conversations. I don't delete chats. So the chats.
Wait. You delete conversations, but you don't delete chats. What's the difference?
Conversations ni ile umeongea unapiki una delete. So my delete chat. Not the conversation is the whole thing. This person, the entirety of its conversation gone. the chat is picking ka kusafisha rada.
Okay.
Umeelewa? Ni kama nataka kuflex kwa maboy, natuma hey demba reply hey nifute hey yangu ibaki yake. Because leza
ndio simpia jo.
Kini behind the scenes.
So you delete the chat.
Yeah, and delete the chat.
But like, so basically the conversation is the whole entire thing.
Yeah, the entirety of the thing.
Okay.
So when I feel like I'm ready to move on, ready to accept that the person is indeed gone, I start the conversation, or rather the chat from the very beginning, from the first message. Nazisoma with its emotion, because again chat uko na emotion. Tajua hapa nilikuwa nimejama, hapa nilikuwa nimefurahi. The entirety of emotions, I get to experience them for one last time. Then when I'm done, I delete the conversation.
See, that is similar to me listening to back sad music for 1 hour.
Yeah, you crammed yours to 1 hour.
It happens within minutes.
I've stretched mine until I was ready. And see, the thing is...
Oh, I see. So when you're ready to move on, that is when you go through back to the conversation.
Back to the chat.
Hey, so that is like going 10 steps forward and then 9 steps back. So you're only left with 1 step forward.
You're accepting. It's like viewing a body before buying. Finally accepting that the person is gone. So yeah, and again, breaking the cycle of hurt. Once you've healed, you can no longer transfer your baggage to the next relationship. You go into the next relationship as you with zero baggage, with zero comparisons between the two. No.
How do you know that you've healed? How do you know that you've healed?
I guess when the mention of the person's name or the sight of the person no longer sparks
anything.
No longer sparks anything. No longer makes a heartbeat. And when there are no residual emotions, no love, no hate, just happy to see that. Kama moro wa FIFA, buda uko fiti, unakaa fiti,
uko bien bro.
Manzi hiyo time ya FIFA tuko hapo na wewe. Kini once nimetoka base ya FIFA.
Ni hivyo.
Yeah,
get. Yeah. That is how you know that you've moved on.
I guess that's the opposite of love. To me, the opposite of love is indifference.
That is the term I was looking for, bro. Indifference. Not even now, not even passiveness. Indifference, yeah.
Because hate is a broken form of love.
Yeah.
That's why it's very easy to hate a person you once loved and to love a person you once hated.
They're both extreme ends of each other.
But once you're indifferent to a person,
the more of your morio.
Yeah.
So yeah, decisive friends on any morio. Yeah. So for me, how do I know that I have moved on? For me, it is when I see that person. Ama you are in the same company with that person, and I feel nothing. As in entirely nothing. The spark whereby that person could have hugged me, I could be excited, it is no longer there. Yeah. Like because zile za manzi kwani hug yako imekaaje msesi unaachilia jo sinachitoka kwa kitambo. It could have been there
aroused by the person.
So for me, that is when I know that I've moved on. When we meet physically, that is like the conformity test for
I think
me.
physical is the ultimate test as whether you've moved on.
Just saying, move on. Chapatane, hey, money nini kidogo rada.
Kwani teta ni sahihi?
And teta bana.
You're letting me down.
Nimesikiliza back to back kila video. I think Tet was was something good for men. Yeah, he was something good for men. Many women tend to view him as a misogynist. He's not a misogynist. I think he speaks what most people are afraid of saying.
Yeah.
It is the naked truth.
Such is life.
So yeah, Chet is a good guy, man. So what do you think are the major causes of breakups, in most relationships these days?
Most relationships.
Yeah.
Dry spell ikiisha. When you feel that person one too many times.
Wait, bro. Tumesema cause moja ya breakup ni dry spell.
A lot of sex.
A lot of sex. Because your breakup.
Yeah,
Too much intimacy.
See, when you know the terrain too much, unabwekanga na barabara.
You don't have that spark, man.
Maana mzee ukicommute kutoka Roysambu hadi Tao kila siku. You know, when it reaches a point you can drive while closing your eyes.
Man, I want to serious matters.
Kifika mahali unasema gari inajua kwenye inaenda.
Gari inatupeleka.
Gari inajua home.
One time nilojiza walevi.
Yeah.
But go serious.
I'm serious, like.
Man, go serious, bro.
Yeah, cause see, relationship mingi za siku hizi ni watu wanakulana, watu wanasema wana date.
Okay, kidogo. You see, me my angle is as in true love.
Oh, true love.
Hey, bro. Hey, not this.
Umesema siku hizi.
Higher. Pause. Before you answer that question, let me ask you a question. What is the difference between love and lust? Or love and infatuation?
You still love the person after you nut, that's love.
No, bro. On point. Now, what is the causes of breakups? Love entirely.
True love.
Yeah, true love, bro.
True love.
Let's start with infatuation. I'm a lust.
True love. Lack of a fight language.
Very true.
Yeah, every couple should know how to fight.
The inadequacy of lacking ways of resolving conflicts.
Yeah,
bro.
resolving conflicts. Because, and lack of communication. Unspoken expectations are premeditated resentments. Like ile notion ya ananijua ni mtu wangu, so I expect him to do this and this and that. Na hujasema. Manze na sikwenda School of Angels. Nataka
ama mimi si ule itakuwa X-Club. Ule daktari wa X-Men anasomanga akili.
Na mimi si professor.
Hauna jina.
Xavier.
Charles. Let me see Charles nikisoma ya akili wanze.
So yeah, I think true love breakup. This is also a good reason. No, but that's avoidable. Love dies. When love dies. Ile when it reaches a point, you stop dating your partner because you're in a relationship. Ile kumkatia iliisha, tijua amekuwa mtu wako. See, the spark dies. Spark ikisha unakuwa tu roommate na huyo msi. That's how you find yourself, you fall out of love. So I think those are the three biggest causes. Lack of a fight language, lack of clear communication, and when you stop dating a partner.
You see,
what about you? What do you think are there? What do you think causes a person to fall out of love with their and parents?
Parents. Why parents, my brother? Why parents?
Saa zingine parents. Sipokuwa ni laana. I'm square up with some people.
Ati?
Kama si kuogopa laana. I'm square up with some people.
Tell them, bro. Let's all this one to man. I understand the risk father.
Namnunulia gloves.
Shika. Tuzengia ring. Whoever wins.
Whoever wins as the final say.
Wow.
But I think, actually parents, also play a major role when they try to enforce when they try to assimilate the marriage of their son or daughter-in-law. Okay, you see, what works for them
does not work for...
Yeah, it's not necessarily what will work for the couple, the young couple, for their children.
Yes.
So when they try to assimilate, when they cross certain boundaries, and because ni mzazi, kwa zile za ala, mother alisema, imagine siwezi kataa kusikiza mother.
Yeah, true.
But at the same time, mwanzo ujoa mother. Mother kuna mtu wake.
Nako happily married. The last 20 to 30 years, hadi wewe ni fruit. Nako 25.
Evidence. But mbona wazazi wanasemanga sex before marriage? Lazima. Na tukakua edit photos zao.
Bro. You see,
I wonder.
It is very hard to walk the talk, as you just said. It is very hard for you to be accountable for your own words.
Yeah.
It is very hard for your actions to match your own set of words. And most people do not realize this. And it's not a bother to most people. But it should be. It should be. Plus, I think it was a way for them trying to set. See, there is somewhere I read that parents try to compensate for their children what they did not compensate for themselves. Okay. As in one with the other for those walishindo. So they try to compensate it in their children. Plus, it is a way of setting the bar. The threshold. Basically, it's more of setting a threshold whereby you hope here, get.
So yeah, parents are I think a major cause of watu kuachana. People who love each other to not end up together. Because I love you, but it's only so much I can tolerate from your parents.
That's true.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not spending my life with them. They're your parents, they deserve the necessary respect. But this marriage is between you and me.
Yeah.
And that goes for you. There's only so much you can tolerate from my parents. So unapata like, hey manze, this is too much. So unajipata, yes, you love the guy, you are in love with the person, but it couldn't work out.
But I think, bro, as much as parents are, they're a big factor. They're a factor to be considered. I still think it depends with a different set of activities or a different set of factors rather. If you're living with your parents and if they provide you with everything like 100%, definitely when they call the shots, you'll have to answer. Like you can't do it.
Get someone richer than your parents.
Somebody richer than your parents.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true.
If your parents are calling the shots because
in terms of finances, yeah. When you get somebody rich,
finances out of the way.
If you get somebody richer, and not because of the richness, if it is true love, rather, it is a win-win for you because you can evacuate and pursue your love, and you guys can become Romeo and Juliet, or you can become Bonnie and Clyde. You see, so. But for the people who lack the ability to have finances and their partners do not have finances, I think then they are subjected to their parents' will. You don't have anything you can do.
There's a loophole. Unless you get the girl pregnant.
If she has an ID. Because without an ID. Debatable. Bro, you're a pedo.
Consent is
You're a pedo.
overrated.
You're a pedo, bro. That is why you listen to Drake. Anyway, according to research, the number one cause of breakup in relationships is lack of communication. Lack of communication. Poor communication, basically. Number two is infidelity. Basically, that's cheating.
I don't think you can cheat on a person you love. Don't think it's possible. Person you love.
Bro, with men it is possible. Because you see, one thing that women don't understand, one thing that women have never understood is men don't cheat with feelings. You see, men cheat on lust. Men cheat on seeing. I'm on talk like, hey man, check you, I'm super, bro. Hey, yeah, like such stuff. It doesn't mean that they're inclined to that person emotionally. And the evidence attached to this is, you see, when the man is done with the shughuli, ile personal clarity na vile fuck man, nipige manzi yangu.
Spend your work.
Spend your spot. Unajua si manzi yangu MC.
Yakapwa bila yoshinda.
Like because they are there for it was only the last. It was only the last that controlled. That is, I really think it is possible for men. I am not trying to be an advocate for men or a lawyer for them, for their cheating habits or for their cheating ways. But I have seen men who cheat and they go back to their wives and they give their wives the world that they deserve.
But still, doesn't that show a lack of self-control as a man?
Yeah, it does.
You're not able to stick to one person.
It does. And also, it is an excuse for some men that you have not done this and this to me, so I did this and this to this other person. This other person does this and this to me. So it's also a sign of weakness. You don't know the other.
Yeah.
But who are we to judge? So for lack of communication, it accounts for 65 to 70% of all breakups, like worldwide, globally. Infidelity, cheating, it accounts for 30 to 40%. Number 3 is incompatibility. Like you guys are not compatible with each other.
And how did you end up together?
See, this is very funny, bro.
When went to school of the blind, how did you not see this path?
No, as in it is very easy for incompatible people to love each other or to fall in love, because the only thing that happens for these two people falling in love is one person will have to switch off his personality. When you switch off your personality, then you tend to use the personality of the other person. You guys will think you're compatible, but you're not. You really are not. It's only that person A is not really himself. You see, so he has switched his active personality to more of a passive personality, and when he has the passive personality, that means corresponding agreeing with more that you like, more that you want, and that brings a lot of harmony, coefficientness. But really, it is not them being active. It is not them as a person, of which with time it will be evident, because you see, you cannot maintain a passive form forever. Probably women can. Women have a bigger likelihood of doing that, but men cannot, because men thrive on leading. So you can't lead if you're in a passive form, in a passive state.
Lead from behind.
Exactly, you can't lead from behind. So you will have to be active in one or the other. And the moment you become active and your partner becomes active, boom, that is how a bomb starts. You see, that is the same with toxic people. Toxic people are incompatible people, but the love is too strong for them to be able to call it quits. They do not have the capacity of calling it quits. But they are incompatible people. That is why they're toxic in the first place. Just think about it. I have never seen a toxic couple of opposite characters or opposite personalities. I have never seen.
I've seen a few.
Guide me through. Nataka kusema after. The couple after.
After?
The movie. You've seen after the movie? You've not seen after the movie, bro?
Sijaona after the movie.
Tufungie episode hapo mzee. Unajua after the movie?
Kuhusu?
See, this is like the ultimate love story of all women in the all ladies bana. Hakuna dem ajui after. Au utasema si dem, bro?
Si dem. I'm not too.
Mbona
unajua hiyo movie?
You see, having somebody in your life, man, itabidi una watch hizi vitu. Unaweza kurelate such things. But after is a movie of a couple. I think anaitwa Haley, mwingine sikumbuki anaitwa zilikuwa ni Jaden, but the boy, kuna boy na kuna dem. In one or the other, we could say that they are toxic for each other. The guy is toxic. But my angle was, for two toxic people or for two toxic partners, it really can't work if both of them are toxic. Okay, the reason they are toxic for each other is because they are not compatible with each other. That is because they are more of the same person but in different bodies. I might be right, I might be wrong.
Nah. I think the baseline is they're both toxic. The difference might be in how they're toxic. They're both toxic, how they're toxic to each other might be the difference.
What is the definition of toxicness?
When it's too much. Yeah.
It is an extreme form of something.
Yeah. When it becomes extreme, it's not toxic.
So that basically means that anything can be toxic.
Anything and everything.
Okay.
Too much love, get us spoiled. Okay, and then marudi kwa watoto. Too much love, too much love, it loses its meaning.
Somebody will take advantage.
Someone will take advantage. Yeah. Too little love, you lose the person.
Deep.
Too much mind, you become a robot. Too much heart, you become manipulated.
That reminds me. You've asked that how is it possible that people tend to date or they start dating, whereas they know that they are they have incompatibility, but they are incompatible to each other. You see, for men love chasing naturally. And during the chase, not every man goes through thinks through. Actually, I think for most extroverted alpha males, most of them they do not think through. Wait, are we compatible with this girl for life? Thinking long termly. It's sustainable. Just on a nut one. It's the start just on a nut. And the problem comes in after you get the chile, you get to let the chile, and the laying turns becomes love in the process. That is when you come to realize sooner rather than later. No, this is later. This is not sooner. This is later. You come to realize later that wait a minute, you are not incompatible with this chile. You're not incompatible because now kuna a lot of fights. Because you see when you are chasing a girl, when you're chasing a chile, you will have to do most things according to her own will, because of course you're trying to bring her to your corner. And the moment you're trying to do that, there isn't that much active thinking.
Active thinking on your part.
On your part, there is no active thinking. Ile unajiuliza, is it really sustainable? Why am I here in the first place? You see all those questions, those rational questions. You don't ask yourself rationally those questions. Like for you, it is more of chase. It's more of working hard than working smart. So, yes, my brother. So incompatibility ndio number 3, which accounts to 25 to that 5%. Number 4.
Kwani 7 out of
not over 100%.
100 kuna 60 30.
Not over 100%. Lack of
Who taught these people math?
Sasa unajua. It's tough, just don't overthink, bro. Don't overthink.
This is why I'm not heading anywhere as a nation. So, these are the top reasons that result to breakups. Those are the top reasons that result to breakup. So for me, I think the one that can resonate with me in my previous breakups, lack of communication. Actually, for me, that was the biggest cause of lack of communication. Parents.
Mzee, historia parents inakukazirisha mzee.
Nafani jam tu sana.
For me, it is lack of communication, whereby you lack an effective way of resolving your conflicts. You lack a way of you meeting in between for your own good.
You fight the person instead of the problem.
Yeah. And you guys should be a team. So I think we can wrap it there today, Cindy.
Yeah.
So that has been part 1 of love and relationships. Part 1. Still have more parts to go. It really has been a good episode.
Yeah.
We've thought rationally, we felt irrationally. And it's always a pleasure having you, man.
Yeah,
Welcome
thank
to
you.
the Brotherhood Banter family. It's nice having you, Vincent.
Pleasure. Guys, I'm single. Since I'm two, I'm very much looking for a person. People, I'm blessed.
You have the
Very
resources.
accommodating. I have the resources. But anyway, it's always a pleasure to be with you, to have conversations with you. Yeah.
Adios, bro.
Yeah.
Till the next episode.